Hi, I'm Marianne, otherwise known as www.ItalianWifey on Instagram. Welcome to my kitchen. It's been a little while since I've done a YouTube video, so I thought I'd hop on and show you what I'm making for breakfast. Excuse the way I look, no makeup, bad hair. I just came back from Pilates and I am hungry. So I'm whipping up a protein-packed breakfast. So what I'm making today is my salted caramel banana pancakes. These pancakes are delicious, but the best part, they're only one smart point. So you can't go wrong with that. Let me tell you a little bit about the pancakes. If you don't want to make banana pancakes, if you don't like bananas, I know some people have an aversion to bananas, leave them out. Substitute blueberries, or don't put in any fruit and make plain salted caramel pancakes, and then just top it with sliced fruit. If you want to slice strawberries or put your blueberries on it, or even slice the bananas on top if you do like bananas. You can top your pancakes also with some fat-free topping, some sugar-free syrup. So there's lots of options or adaptions to this recipe. The protein powder, if you don't want to make salted caramel, go ahead and use vanilla protein powder for a plain pancake. I've used dark chocolate protein powder and made dark chocolate pancakes. So there's a whole slew of varieties you can do with this recipe. So what you'll need for this recipe are, of course, utensils. You're going to need a mixing bowl to mix your pancakes in, your batter in, and I have a great WW mixing bowl with a pour spout, so I love this. You're going to need a non-stick skillet to actually cook your pancakes, and again, this is a WW product, and you can tell how much I use this. I also have one I bought in a smaller size. And you're going to need, of course, a spoon to mix your batter, a spatula to flip your pancakes, no brainer, right? And then you're gonna need some cooking spray so your pancakes do not stick to your skillet. Even though it's non-stick, I still use cooking spray. I'm using canola oil today versus olive oil since this is a breakfast item. So the ingredients you'll need are a banana, because it's salted caramel banana pancakes. So one banana, you're going to need protein powder, and since this is salted caramel, I'm using Quest protein powder, the salted caramel. It has 22 grams of protein in it. You're only gonna need 1 scoop. Now you can buy this at GNC. I buy it on Amazon. As a matter of fact, I have an Amazon storefront. So check out my favorite food finds. You'll find some of my favorite products like Quest and Sucre Gold Brown Sugar and Chomp's Turkey Sticks, etc. So check that out. I'll put a link in the description so you can head over there. Not only do I have a list of my favorite food items, but I also have a section of kitchen and baking essentials. So those are tools that I use in my kitchen. So 1 scoop of protein powder, and you're gonna get additional protein from an egg. You're gonna add an egg to the batter. Besides that, I'm going to use 2 teaspoons of baking powder because I like mine fluffy, so I double up the quantity on that. And then a teaspoon of vanilla. I like to add my sucre and brown sugar to everything, so I'm only going to use a teaspoon because I'll get a lot of sweetness from the ripe banana. But this also is in my Amazon storefront, and I love Sucre and Gold Brown Sugar. Now, Trivia makes one, and so does Splenda, but they have points. This does not. So I use this in my yogurt parfaits. I sprinkle it over fruit. It's great over grilled pineapple or grilled peaches. And then sometimes I just put it over raw bananas, and then I take my kitchen torch and caramelize the sugar. So good. So a teaspoon of that. And then I have a 1/2 cup of water. You might not need a 1/2 cup. You're going to add water to make the batter your desired consistency. My consistency is a little bit thicker. I don't like too watery of a batter, so I don't know if I'll be using that whole 1/2 cup, but I have it on hand. And so that is it. The only other thing I'm going to use is I'm going to top my pancakes with some sugar-free syrup, and this is Mrs. Butterworth's. Okay, so let me show you how I'm going to make the batter and assemble these pancakes. So the first thing I'm going to do is take my banana and put it in my mixing bowl. Of course, I washed my hands. You always want to wash your hands when you cook. And let me dump this out. And then I'm going to just take a fork to mash the banana right in my mixing bowl. Now, if you want another banana, go ahead and add another banana. I'm just using one. Okay, so that's pretty much mashed. There you go. Then I'm going to add 1 egg. That goes into the sink. And then my Quest protein powder. So this is where the 1 point comes from. 1 scoop of Quest protein powder is 1 smart point. So that goes into my bowl. And then 2 teaspoons of baking powder. I forgot to get my teaspoon out. I should have done that. So there's 1, 2. And then since I have my teaspoon out, I'll go ahead and add a teaspoon of vanilla. And that goes in. You know what? I should have added a teaspoon of sucrin before I did the vanilla, because now this is wet, but oh well, I'm gonna stick it in. This I don't measure out exactly just because it's 0, even if I use a tablespoon. So I'm loosely putting in 1 teaspoon. Love, love, love sucrin. Okay, so I'm gonna start mixing this up and seeing how thick the batter is. Yeah, so I'm gonna need a little bit of water. And just make sure everything is mixed well. No, actually, nope, a little bit more. You can make this as thick or as thin as you want. Yeah, this is pretty good. So it's going to be chunky because of the bananas in there, and that's okay. You can mix this in a blender if you want, but I mix it by hand. So I didn't even use a 1/2 cup. Let's see. I used actually 1 ounce, so I used hardly any water, but that's just me. I like it thicker. So I'm gonna go ahead and head on over to the stove, get my pan ready, and start heating the pan to make the pancakes. Okay, I'm at the stove now, and the heat isn't on yet because I don't turn on the fire or the gas until I spray my pan. So I've sprayed my pan with my canola oil cooking spray, and I'm heating up my pan. There we go. And I like to have this hot, so when, you know, the first time you make pancakes, that first pancake always comes out bad. So sometimes this whole batch will come out bad for me because it only makes a serving for 1. So be prepared if they're ugly. So here we go. Just wait a couple more minutes. Okay, let's see how this works. Okay, 1 pancake. 2 pancakes. There we go, had a little drip. Oh, they're running into each other. I hate when that happens. So these are going to cook until they get bubbly on the edges, and then they'll be ready to flip. Okay, I'm gonna split these pancakes since they became one. Whoop, little dark. Let's see if I go from this side. Okay, told you the pancakes aren't always good the first time, and unfortunately these two might not look pretty, but they taste good. And I don't know if you can see how they're rising because of the 2 teaspoons of baking powder that I put into the batter. I like a fluffier pancake. So these are nice and golden brown. They may be too dark for you, but I left them in the pan a little longer to make sure that I could flip them easily. So I'll just wait till this side's cooked, and then I'll pour 2 more pancakes. Okay, these are ready to come out. I've plated them, and now I'm going to pour 2 more pancakes. I usually get 4 out of this batter. And you know what? I have just a little left, and I'm gonna make 1 little pancake for my dog Bernini. He'll like that. So there we go. So this recipe makes 4 pancakes for just 1 Smart Point. A little left over for Bernini, that's his pancake. Bernini, do you want a pancake? Come here. I have to wait till they're cooked first. Two more pancakes. Can't get this little one for Bernini. There we go. And just let that cook, and I'll plate this and top it with syrup, and I'll show you what it looks like. So this is little Bernini. He's waiting for his pancake to cook. That's for you, see? Yes. He is a Papillon Rescue, and he's as sweet as can be, but he is neurotic. He has separation anxiety. He was very abused, and he has little broken legs that were never healed properly. So he's finally with someone who is treating him well and loves him, but he is needy. So he deserves a pancake too. Look at that sad face. Can you stand it? Look at him. Oh, I'm in love with him. Those of you who follow me on Instagram know I post about this guy all the time, so I'm in love. So here's my stack of pancakes. There are 4 pancakes for 1 Smart Point. Again, I'm going to add some Mrs. Butterworth's sugar-free syrup to my pancakes. And then I have an itty-bitty pancake for little Bernini. Here, Bernini. He'll get his pancake too. Someone's waiting for his pancake. Come here, Bernini. Can you sit up? Good boy. There he goes. And now it's my turn. Just a couple little squirts. And look at that stack of delicious salted caramel banana pancakes. So thanks for stopping by my kitchen. I hope that you enjoyed this recipe. You can double it if you're making it for 2. You can quadruple it if you have a couple young ones at home that you want to make a batch for. But this is a yummy recipe, one of my favorites. So thanks for stopping by. I'll see you next time. Ciao.